I mean, the biggest influence for me was in terms of doing meal friends was Anthony Bourdain, and a lot of his stuff is telling stories, but letting the subject tell their story rather than being an interviewer or being a journalist or having an agenda with your story, you know. And that's kind of something that I had worked into as well, and that's something that I saw as a viewer, but that's something that I also want to recreate as a maker.
You are now listening to the Cheatcoders podcast with Nat, Raf, and Don.
Yo! Welcome to another episode of the Cheatcoders. My name is Raf. This is episode number 62. It's the second episode of our new season, our new rebrand.
New season.
We're in the 60s now, because then soon we'll be in the 70s. We're just doing the hippie shit right now. I'm talking about years, but that was the episodes. This is I'm here with my usual suspects of Don doing stuff.
What's doing?
And Nathan Blazin, all the way in London town.
What's blazing? And it's working a lot better now, Raf. Thanks.
Nice. So here is a day that I've longed for a whole year. Because last time we saw this guy, heard from this guy, was a year ago. He's been doing so much stuff since then.
Facts.
And we have a lot more things to talk about now. Because he's got a new show on the YouTubes.
On the tubes of
And he
you.
likes to eat food, so he likes to display it. It's not your normal mukbang. I don't even call it mukbang. I call it a show with friends eating meals.
Hey.
So it's
What's
the
it
host
called?
It's called
of Meal Friends.
Hey.
Let us give it up for Alain.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
No worries, man. How you been this last year, man?
Good, bro. Can't believe it's been 50 episodes.
50
You
episodes.
guys have been grinding, man. I've only got like 6.
Hey,
7.
man. But your grind is just getting better and better, man.
Thanks,
Can you tell us about
thanks.
Meal Friends, like a little summary of it, of what
just,
it's about?
Just quickly. So Meal Friends is kind of telling stories over food, whether it be about the food, about the person I'm eating with, the place I'm eating at, how me and this person met or whatever. So it's kind of loose, but I try to keep it fun. As it progresses, it'll evolve, and that's kind of what I love about it.
Yeah,
So-
man.
Yeah, man. Like I just noticed the last episode 6, where you have the drone and you're in the car and you got a sponsor. You've grown as the Mike Whitney of the Asian community in Sydney. You've grown into that role like smoothly.
Thanks,
like
man.
the production value has boosted 100% ever since that last episode.
Thanks, man. Well, I've got my team to thank for that. So Fatih, Demir, and Daniel Kajadi, they've been helping me out since episode 1, and we've been progressing as a team.
Nice.
So it's a team effort, definitely.
Yeah, definitely,
Nice.
man. We'll talk more about Meal Friends, your journey as this new
Mike Whitney.
this YouTube sensation,
Sydney weekend.
this web series phenomenon. We'll talk about that more later, but let's get right into the news, because we like to inform everyone of the most important stuff that you need to hear.
Yeah.
And the Cheat Coders
Yeah.
is here to give them cheat codes of news.
Let's do
So let's
this, guys.
start off with the first article, which is a Tesla had killed a robot. Apparent hit and run in Las Vegas, caught on video, seems to show what could be the first of its kind traffic fatality. A robot struck and allegedly killed by a self-driving Tesla. If you're wondering how this unlikely high-tech collision came to be, the world's biggest tech show, CES, has taken over the casino city. In this case, the victim mowed down by the Tesla Model S was a robot called a Promobot, manufactured by a Russian tech company with the same name. So what's your thoughts on the robot versus robot crime that's been going on in Las Vegas?
I just want to say that we predicted this. We've got evidence in the past episodes, so we're basically we're really that good.
Yeah.
How
Is this
precise
the
are we
singularity,
in
Nats?
podcast?
Is this,
People
is
should
this
listen.
what happens?
We are Nostradamus.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mentioned, I think it was
We are
10
Nostradamus.
episodes.
We
10
predicted this
episodes
shit.
ago, we predicted that.
We-
I think to save ourselves from robots, we have to side with the environmentalist AI robots, which is the Tesla in this case.
We need to
Gotcha.
get wheel transplants. We need to get
wheel
wheel transplants. So replace our legs with wheels.
Definitely.
And then we need to call Vin Diesel.
Why Vin Diesel?
And get the Fast and the Furious.
Because he's got the
crew
diesel.
And
But
take
he
it
also
to the
did Tooth Fairy,
streets.
so who cares about Vin Diesel?
And he's got the diesel.
But I'm digging the fact that robots are, attacking other robots, because it means that we have a hope in the future. So if we do have a robot invasion, side with the Teslas or the electric robots, and then we...
Nah, bro, the Teslas
I think
are
we're
the
missing the point
robots.
here,
Do you
guys.
understand?
I think, you
Like,
know...
that's like the Terminator. We've built the robots. They're the ones that are attacking us now. Tesla is a robot. It's going to be like Optimus Prime
Yeah, but
one day.
I think we're missing the point that all of this happened in Vegas. So I'd like to know which one of the robots was drunk. I think we have to look into, you know, like...
I like that.
Drink driving,
robot drug abuse,
DUI.
robot drug and alcohol abuse.
DUI on another level.
You know, it's...
Okay.
DUI.
Who's in the right path here, the Tesla or the robot? The robot was apparently just chilling by the side, and then the Tesla just drove past it and hit it over.
From the pictures, it looks like the robot went onto the road.
Yeah.
Why the hell was the robot crossing the road? Sounds like
Sounds like
a dumb joke.
To get to the other side. Yeah.
To get hit by a Tesla.
Boom tish.
Nice.
But like,
It's not a very funny joke, though.
Hey, wait. Sorry, guys. Could you start again? Wait, what? Did a robot drive the car, or did it hit a car?
No. A car hit a robot.
it was
A Tesla hit a robot.
Tesla hit a
Self-driving
robot.
car. So the robot in this case, it is the Tesla itself, because it's
Oh,
self-driving.
I'm with you. I'm sorry.
And the robot.
This is this is tech on tech.
Yeah,
crime.
That's what we're talking about.
I'm glad you heard the joke from before.
And how's it in human
so
use?
sorry.
It's like, you know, if a tree falls in a forest, is anyone there to hear it? It's like, if two robots hit each other, how did a human find out if there's no humans there?
Well, there was humans there. It was recorded on video,
Yeah.
which makes it
They saw it.
suspicious. Maybe it's a promotion for something.
I think
Maybe it's a promo
For the promo bot.
for the
For
Did
the
promo.
promo.
people own? Did anyone own the robot in the car? There's owners of these.
I mean, yeah,
vehicles, right?
there's a guy
think
inside
it-
who actually said he put it on autopilot.
Also, there was a guy
They
in
need to
the
take this
Tesla.
to tech.
Yeah.
And you know, like how Elon Musk is very precise with his robot making and everything. So it's meant to be like one of the safest cars to use, especially
Meant
on
to be.
autopilot. So it actually maybe it's programmed to hit other robots, or maybe it's programmed to hit things that look ugly, because
Wow.
the robot did look ugly.
I think you just
It didn't
opened
look
it.
like ugly. It
I think you
didn't-
just opened a whole can of worms there,
You're
right?
just like discriminating against
Ugly
particular
robots.
robots. Yeah.
Pre-programmed to kill
Damn.
only other robots.
Mm.
That's some conspiracy shit. That's some X-Files
is.
shit, man.
Well, then again, it was at, you said it was at Las Vegas. We said it's in the article. Maybe there's a, like, in terms of in Thailand there's cockfighting. Maybe in Las Vegas there's robot fighting.
Who knows? It's CES, man. It's a crazy week.
There's already robot. Isn't there already robot fighting, like with the remote control?
Yeah, but they're
That's pretty
battle
cool.
bots. They
Yeah.
don't even look like robots.
That's-
they look like
that's
little
hu-
shells with like circular saws sticking out.
That's humans powering the robots, but this is actually like a promo bot. I imagine is. Does he walk around promoing shit? Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Well, have you guys ever been to Vegas?
Not yet.
So
Not
the
yet.
only promo I've ever seen in Vegas
Yes.
is like these dudes on the sidewalk flicking business cards and handing you out like business cards to strip clubs.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what and they're pretty annoying.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
The
what
flickers.
yeah,
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 the
that's what
flickers.
they are. So maybe that's what this bot was doing.
Yeah.
Man.
If I was a Tesla, I'd be like, man, that's damn annoying. Get out of my way. I just need to get to like Planet Hollywood or something like that. And it was just in the way.
Yeah, man.
Maybe,
There's
maybe.
bullying everywhere, man. There's
Yeah.
bullying in internet. There's bullying within us, and now robots got it.
I mean, I think they inherit it from the creators, you know.
son.
No,
So-
there you go.
That's
It's
true.
a cycle.
That's deep, brother.
So that means we killed that robot on that street.
Robots are flawed because humans are flawed, bro.
Damn, man. This is getting too deep. We're going to get shut down in a second, man.
Too deep. You thought this was just gonna be robots hitting robots, man.
No, we're going
Oh,
deeper
dude.
than that, man. All right, let's move on to the next article, which is police have constructed a search for a man who licked the doorbell for 3 hours straight in California. A man spent 3 hours licking a doorbell as a family slept inside their home and has been charged with prowling and theft. The clear footage shows a man leaning his head against the intercom outside their front door and licking the doorbell from several different angles. They added that he appeared to relieve himself in the garden and entered several other neighbors' yards. So what's your thoughts on this guy's attempt of stardom by licking a
What?
doorbell for 3 hours?
What? Why? Why would you do this?
It's like the world's most perverted knock-knock joke.
Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, man. Hey, for 3 hours straight, that's
3 hours.
dedication.
That's commitment, man.
Why wouldn't
That's
anyone let
commitment.
him in though? If you're licking a doorbell and it's going off and someone's just going, alright, hello, you know, is anyone there? And would he still lick the doorbell or we go on to the next doorbell? I don't know how this is working, man.
I really don't know.
I'd like to know what drugs was he taking and where can we get them?
You know what it is? It's the love for the robots.
That's what I was trying to
So
say.
he
That's what I was
thinks
gonna get
that
at.
the
That's what I was
doorbell, the
getting at,
intercom, is probably he probably heard a little static from it, and that's probably the trigger point to actually get him to get to his needs, and then therefore he was like, you know what, I'm not a 1 minute man. I'm gonna do what I can. I've been working hard for this at home. Now I'm gonna try it on a stranger's door.
You can't see Alan's face right now or my face, but we're both looking at Raph like, what the fuck are you talking
I
about?
know. Raf's had like 2 sips of Johnny Walker, and this guy's already got a plan and an alibi for why he's licking doors.
Hey man, it
Like,
could be anything.
maybe I just need to fulfill these needs, you know, like.
You never know. There's people have messed up stuff. People like to marry other things,
Yeah.
objects. So
That's true.
maybe this is one of these cases.
But it's a strange one. It is a strange one. A doorbell.
Yeah, man. You know,
Wait.
ring my bell. You know that song, yeah?
Ring my
So he
bell.
was charged.
Ring my bell.
He was charged with prowling and theft. What did he steal?
Everyone's hearts.
Oh man.
That's
Oh, that kills it. Yep.
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 All right, let's
Yep.
move on to the next one.
Yeah, story.
I don't,
Let's move on before
I'm
we
really-
get incriminated.
I'm really uncomfortable with the fact that I spoke like 90% of that time talking about a guy licking a doorbell. But let's move on to the next
not
one.
just talking about the guy licking his doorbell, but justifying why he did it.
Man, I should be a lawyer. All right, so let's do another thing. This one's an interesting one. It's the battle for the lottery ticket. So this is a long one. So because this is a story in itself. In the days leading up to Christmas, a man bought a $30 scratchy or a scratch lottery ticket. The man scratched away and realized he won $10,000. Thrilled, the man went home and shared the good news to his 2 roommates. He stuffed the ticket in his coat pocket. He
Something about these doorbells, right?
sorry, man.
It's trying to be
He
safe.
stuffed it in his coat pocket and went to bed. The next morning, the lucky man set out to collect his fortune, but the officials examined the ticket and told him that it's not the winner and that it's been altered to make it look like he'd won. Right away, he suspected one of those roommates stole the ticket while he was sleeping and reported it to the police.
Dirty dogs.
That same day,
dog.
the roommate made the same trip to the lottery district. That's when officials noticed that there were extra zeros on the winning ticket. So they actually won $10 million.
What?
Then an investigation was made, delaying the winnings. Meanwhile, for the 3 weeks of investigations, those 2 men lived with each other, pretending that nothing happened. So
That's complicated as hell.
it's a complicated story. So picture yourself in this situation.
It's complicated.
What year did this happen? Because if I won and I put extra zeros and they were like, oh, well, you've actually won $10 million. That's dumb. I'd like get scratchies and put extra zeros on them all the time.
No.
Isn't there a
I
system
think
in
I think
place?
he didn't scratch all of it and then realized that he actually won 10 million rather than 10,000. So it was everyone.
Wait. I think we need better examples. So, for example, Raph, you're the guy that won
Yeah.
it originally, and then let's say Don's the roommate. Now
Why
tell
am I-
the story
why am I the
that
bad
way,
guy?
Yeah,
so
why
I
am
can
I the
get
bad
some
guy?
emotion.
All
Bro,
right,
this
so-
guy was licking doorbells a minute ago. Now it's the good guy in the story. Eh? Like, what is
Sweet.
this, bro? Come
Man,
on,
if I won this money, imagine the
let's
doorbells, bro. But
Ding dong.
dog. But so I won the lottery. I've won 10,000 in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm telling Alain and
Okay.
Don, they're my roommates because
Yeah.
I trust them, and I want to share my joy
Okay.
because
Mistake.
I won something.
Yes.
Mistake number 1.
Mistake.
Mistake number 1. All right, cool. I'm just gonna put it in my coat pocket, guys, and I'm gonna go to sleep. All right. So Don
Okay.
Easy to find.
has this idea. Is like he told us where it is, and he won $10,000.
And I'm good at Photoshop, so
And-
I can
Stick those extra zeros.
let me like change the ticket so it looks different. Swap the tickets like some Indiana Jones stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then then realize that take the actual ticket and give you the fake one.
Or you went to the actual same place that I went to, and you bought the same ticket, then alter it there.
Why would you alter it there?
No, like
You know,
stick some.
but like I think
That's dumb. That's like incriminating
why would you
yourself.
steal? Why would you steal it? Like the first thing, like the first mistake the guy made was he told his friends.
Yeah, which is what I want to get to. If you won $10,000 or even $1,000
Which
or
is
won
fu-
anything,
Yeah.
do you tell your friends?
I would tell them after I collect it. Eh?
Yeah.
If you trust them.
I'll tell it. Like it would depend.
10,000.
Depends how much money you've won. 10 grand between friends. 10 grand. But like, let's say you won $150 million. What's the Powerball next week? $100 million or some shit.
Yeah.
If you won that, I don't think I'd tell anyone. Because it makes people think differently about you. No matter how close they are.
Money changes everything.
Yeah, it's gonna make people think differently about you.
Nah, yeah. You wouldn't. You know what you do? I wouldn't even like go to sleep. You know how you know what his first mistake? He went to sleep and put it in his coat. I'd stay awake until the store opens with a knife in the corner of the room. That's it.
So if we see Nats in the middle of the corner, or like the corner of the room with a knife, that means he's won the lottery.
Oh god!
I got the lotto. I've won, guys.
You know that episode
but I'm not
of The
sharing.
Simpsons where,
I'm like, I'm gonna
Mr.
go to
Burns
another
is really
country.
Paranoid, and he's like, "Get in the moose," and there's like that little toy plane or whatever it is,
Yeah.
and he's just really paranoid and he wants to get out. That's how I imagine Nats.
Yeah.
Just like sleep deprived and like,
Yeah.
let's get to
That's
the
me.
car.
Like
I wouldn't sleep. I'd wait. If it's like the lottery place is closed, I'll just stay awake for 24 hours.
But if
and
you
like
stay awake for 24 hours,
have lots of
24 hours
coffee.
later is the same time of day.
24 hours is a long time.
Yeah, then I'm fucked. Then I have to stay up
24
another
hours
12
is a long
hours.
time.
Yeah,
I
how
stay
about
up another
stay
12
awake for 8
then,
hours?
and then
the three of
normal
us is
time that
gonna-
everyone sleeps, and then you wake up and go to the. Go on, man.
the thing I don't get is like when
So-
lottery, like it is another thing, but like when people win the lotto, like a jackpot lotto, it's in the newspaper,
Yeah.
like where you're from, or like people's names
You
are there.
can tell
You
people.
can tell them to be anonymous.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes
you
it'll
can
be
tell.
like, there's a winner
You can be
from this
anonymous.
area, because they'll say where like the news agency is
Yeah.
from, but then some people opt to like, say my name, whatever, you know.
Don't
That's
tell
dumb.
anyone.
Yeah.
Do you guys know anyone that has actually won the lotto? Like anyone?
Yeah, I did.
directly?
I'm not
I
gonna
won
say
it 3 years ago when I married my wife.
Hey!
Oh man!
Oh
jeez!
I redeemed myself from licking doorbells.
The cheese from here.
Redemption made.
Bro, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't handle that cheese now, man. That's
Hey,
bad. dude.
ref. Hey, ref. What did you do? This week?
Yeah.
What did you do?
yeah.
No.
Tell us your
Attempt to say
mistakes.
that.
It's my mistake wasn't this week. It was
Licking all those
10 minutes
doorbells.
10 minutes ago, justifying the guy with the doorbell obsession. So now I'm in the good books.
And you were so adamant about it. Me and Don were just like, wow, this guy is invested in these doorbells, bro.
Loves doorbells.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, man. I wouldn't
So
tell
does
anyone.
anyone.
Like, you just don't tell anyone, and then until you cash it in, and then when you have that cold hard cash in your hands, then you'd be like, "Yo, I won the lotto.
Yeah.
Let's go buy a Lamborghini for everyone. Like, just let's go.
Everyone is a lot of people, man.
Just
Yeah,
everyone
Alan,
in this
Alan.
podcast right now. Like, that's 4
Alan.
Lamborghinis.
Real
What's up,
question.
Nat?
Hey, real question though. Would you actually give? Like,
Yeah.
let's be real. Like, this is what I ask everyone. If you, this is similar to
Yeah.
the question, right? For example, right now, you have to think this very moment. Like right now, I'm here. You guys are there, and then poof, a big bag of cash. There's probably like 500K in that bag right now. What would you do? Like
Wait. Who knows
now.
I have this bag?
Right now, because
Only you.
only we do, because we're doing the podcast now. You guys are in that room. I'm here, and we've both got a bag each. I got more because I got the 500K for myself. You guys have to do like some. Hunger
Wait. So
Games
why do you
shit.
get
Hang on.
500K? Why do we have to do 500K? Wait. Let's start this hypothetical.
Well,
on an
I need
equal
something.
playing that, because that's unfair, bro.
I need.
Why? Like,
something.
I'm already at a disadvantage.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna buy, like, if that's the case, Nats, I'm gonna buy Don and Raph a ticket, and we're going to London, and we're gonna steal your bag. How's that, bro?
Ooh, that is a good plan.
Well,
Alan's
I'll
the
be
guy
like
to be
gone by
with
then.
when
I'll
this
have so
situation
much
arises.
time.
Exactly.
Wait. Like, you have to think
Yeah.
like realistically. You have this much cash, and by the way, it's gonna take you a long time to get here. So I'll have.
We'll just
I'll
wait till you
have
go to
time
sleep.
get the fucking party cash and
Yeah,
shit.
because apparently you're not going to sleep, bro. You're awake, man.
I'm not gonna sleep, and I'm just gonna go somewhere else, and I'm just gonna
Well,
disappear.
you already
with
told
my
us that you're going to
500K.
Disneyland, so you're Filipino, and you already bought the ticket.
Well,
so
fuck
you're not
Disneyland.
going.
Fuck it. I got 500K. I'll
All right, let's get to the point of Nat's story. So, what are you trying to say?
Well, what I was trying to say, look, I
Yeah.
had the same question with the missus actually. She's like, "Hey, what if you got this cash out of the blue? like right now, and like I really thought it through. Like if I have this 500k in cash, that's quite dangerous. Like that raises suspicion. Like you can't even spend that. I can't just go to Lamborghini stores and be like, I want a Lamborghini without raising questions. My answer was like, I'm gonna start setting up some random bank accounts everywhere. Then I'll start making cash deposits at 5 different or 10 different branches and have them ongoing and make it look like cash business and like just plan my future that way.
It
and
sounds
never have
very
to work.
thought out, and it
And
sounds
then,
like
like-
something that you probably shouldn't
Oh, no,
admit
no.
on a podcast
Or you could just-
if this is your actual plan.
Nah.
running into
Already
money.
heard this from
But
like a
that's-
mafia movie.
That's
Yeah.
that's the extent. That's the extent that you have to go. Like
Yeah.
yeah, you can get
Yeah.
You
like
could do,
cash
you
now.
could do that, or
But like what the fuck?
deposit it into a Swiss bank account. Where
No,
you-
but with all that money, you could buy a really good.
Yeah.
safe.
That was the next thing. Okay. Swiss bank account, but you got to get the cash Switzerland? Is that where it is, or Sweden, or something?
I think it's
Switzerland.
It's in
How
the
are you
name.
gonna get that much cash
Switzerland.
on a plane?
Switzerland.
How you how you gonna get the cash on the plane?
You put
without
it in your
raising
coat
question?
pocket.
Like you're gonna go
I tell everyone that you're gonna go to sleep.
with your knife, with your fucking knife on the plane.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's not easy to have that much cash. You can't just have that much cash.
well,
Without,
I mean,
like,
if you had that much cash, I would take a private jet.
Yeah.
Which you pay for.
you can't.
no,
That'll
why will it raise
questions.
questions?
Well,
What
you
do
do
you pay for
whatever
it?
you do
How
what
you just gonna
everyone
go
else
to a
does
jet?
when like money laundering. Isn't that what money laundering is?
Yeah.
You stay exactly. You stay low key. But think of how you gonna money launder. Like you got a business, Alan. You got a restaurant.
Well,
so you can just
relax
start
with
saying,
linking
yeah,
my
I'm
shit
just
to
doing real well.
like illegal shit, because that's not happening, bro. All right, let's fucking put that in the clear, bro.
Let's just.
I'm just
Let's
saying.
just-
Hey,
let's
I'm
just
just saying,
slow
like,
it
this-
down,
we're
Nats.
being
You're at a
hypothetical.
10, I need
We're
you
just
at a
being
4,
hypothetical.
brother.
We're hypothetical.
Yeah, you're a hype.
Yeah, you are hype.
It's a
Bro, you,
hypothetical
like,
question. Like I've just really
No,
thought about it.
I hear what you.
I do
I'm
hear
just trying to
what
be
he's trying to say.
I
prepared.
hear
Like,
what you're saying.
I'm
I
just
think
trying
if
to.
you're asking me for what I would
do.
do in that situation of having a bunch of cash on me and needing to move it, I just no one knows about it. No one knows about it. Like no one's sitting
in the
like
closet.
no one's sitting here like knowing how much cash I have on me anyway. You know what I mean? So if it landed in your lap and no one knew
you're not
about
gonna
it,
carry
you
500k
just spend it
on
like
you.
you'd spend normal cash, because like.
Exactly.
Macca's,
But
you had to
if
be
you wanna
Macca's
be
every day. You
extravagant,
can't
like,
go
you want to buy.
extravagant.
You want to buy a
No, no,
Lambo.
No, you don't. Well, Well,
You
if
can't
it-
buy the Lambo.
Well,
You can't.
Yeah, you don't, and you just do your cash. You know, pay things with cash all the time, and don't worry about your Lambo.
Like peasant life.
But then,
Isn't
but
bad.
then with your
Like,
cash
that's a lot
life,
of
then whatever you get from your normal job and stuff, you don't have to pay for your outgoings on that. So you use that for your legal investments,
Yeah.
and then you go buy your Lambo with all the money that you save from your salary, instead of using that money
Boom.
towards your outgoings.
Or if you really don't want to
That's
draw
your legal
attention,
money.
yeah. If you don't really don't want to draw attention to yourself, get one that's maybe get an Audi or something. That's not too much out of your
yeah,
price
true.
price
You get an
range.
Or you get a
Again,
full
now, yeah.
makeover of your face and your body. Become a new person, create a new identity.
No. You
Then
get
go lick doorbells.
Maybe he's rich. Doorbell guy has nothing
It's
else
this
to do.
guy, man.
Bought everything that he wanted in his
maybe
life.
he won the lottery and he was like, you know what? Nothing excites me anymore. I wonder if licking doorbells will excite me. Let me try this. And I guess it did, because it took him 3 hours to,
He's like, it worked. He's like, no, I'm done. Let me run over my robots with some Teslas. Boom. This is all connected. America's fucked.
Wow.
Shout outs to the Americans jokes.
all connected. Anyway.
This is why we don't have American listeners.
Okay, so that was a interesting ramble of goodness. So
I'm just saying, like, one day you might, like, a pile of cash is gonna spring on you, and what the fuck do you do? Like, I don't know what I'll do.
It's
in that
very
situation.
unlikely that
Like,
that's going to
I'll-
happen. That so I haven't thought that far ahead.
I'm just saying.
It's-
If it happens,
it is quite
could
unlikely.
happen. It just like, what do you do?
I mean,
Okay, well, I don't know. When it happens, you're gonna wish
I mean-
that we elaborated. But yeah, let's
I mean,
move on.
maybe the stock market will crash and you're going short and you've got all this money,
Mm,
but that'll be in an account. It'll be in an electronic account, and it'll be.
that's true.
No, it's not a count. It's a bag of cash. Like a Louis Vuitton bag
like
full
like
of cash.
in the movies when the robbers in the Western era have
It's
those
got a
bags
dollar
of cash.
sign.
Yeah,
It's got
dollar
a dollar
sign.
sign on it.
just so you know it's money.
Oh, it's like a briefcase. Where did I find this brief?
Oh, there's money in it. Oh.
All right. So the title track that we played for the intermission is called "Don't Tempt Me," which is very fitting because food can be very tempting.
Hey,
what a segue,
what a
guy.
segues.
So we have this extravagant YouTube host of this show called Meal Friends,
AKA Mike Whitney.
aka Mike Whitney. I'm gonna call him Alan Whitney
Oh, damn. Oh,
because
damn.
he's killing it right now.
Western Sydney
Who
Weekender.
dares wins to challenge this guy?
Western Sydney Weekender up in this.
So tell us about the show again. And like where they can find it, and let's go through like how it began.
Yeah. So first of all, you can find it at mealfriends.com.au. Easy. It's
Boom.
just
Easy.
the website link to the YouTube. All the episodes are there. You can find it on Facebook as well. Just type in Meal Friends. There's not many other shows called Meal Friends right now.
Yeah.
But basically, it started because I think we covered this in our last podcast, but I used to be a journalist, worked in PR, wrote for magazines, did a lot of blogging and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Obviously made music, so it was a bit like I just wanted to combine all these things that I'd done before.
Yeah.
It was a natural progression into it.
I think it was a natural
Organic,
progression, and
yeah.
obviously I opened the restaurant and all that kind of stuff as well. So it was just an amalgamation of all the things that I'd done before, which was food, tell stories in a creative way, and it was me throwing myself into the deep end as well.
Yeah.
So the first episode was maybe only like the 5th video I've ever edited ever in my life. So I was.
So you did a post production and everything.
So everything like Daniel and Fatih filmed for me,
Yeah.
and I basically put it all together. I write and produce and all that kind of stuff. So it was more of a challenge for me, really, just to have another creative outlet. Back in the day, I used to make music with you guys, around you guys, and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just my new creative outlet. So being a progression from all the stuff that I had done before. I did want it to be different because I think a lot of the stuff that I'd done before has been kind of out of the mold and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but also kind of represent who I am and my voice as well through the show. So I hope that does come across when people do watch Meal Friends. Every episode has been different so far, but it's just an exploration of what the show could be. There's episodes that play more towards the story aspect of things, but then there's episodes like the one with Nat Tran where it's just a bit more fun. It's a bit of a food challenge, so I like to keep that open. I like to keep it very free form.
Was that your original idea, or did you have a set theme that you wanted to go by first, but then you're like, maybe we could add a little different aspect to show different styles of how to showcase food?
Yeah, so I mean, when we started, the original concept behind the show, the original reason why I wanted to, or like what I wanted to look like in the first place, was just to focus on 3 things. At least one of these 3 things in each episode, which was either food, story, or people. It could be interesting food, interesting story, or interesting person. Yeah, so I wanted to have at least one of those things in each episode.
Yeah.
And I think, thanks to all the people that have been on the show so far, each of those episodes has really ticked that box for me. And it's all been in a different format as well. So I hope people are interested for that aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so far, like, you've been, as I said before, the progression has shown from the first episode to the next one, and your presenting skills have evolved as well. You became, you can notice that you're getting more comfortable in front of the camera.
Thanks, man.
Which is really unbelievable coming from a background of yours, where you came from journalism, which is mainly
In the background.
Words, yeah.
and now you're doing the content creating route, where you're in front of the camera, you're writing what you're saying, you're editing it the way you want to, so you have pretty much a lot of control. And it showed that you became more free as you began to progress.
Yeah. I mean, it was all a learning process as well. Like I said, the first episode was early on in my editing days, so to speak. But along the way, I kind of I try to not dwell too much on the stuff that I've already put out. And I think this goes for all content creators. I think a lot of us are perfectionists.
Yeah.
And I found that was my Achilles heel, because it took me a long time to get from shooting to exporting a final product.
Yeah.
But along the way, the reason that it took me so long is because I would go back and see what I'd done before and just try to do something different or try to improve on what I had done last time, which is why you could probably see a progression in quality over the last 6-7 episodes, you know?
Learning curve all the time.
And I'm a big advocate of learning from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Because, I'm sure that there's stuff that you've put out that you don't really realize, not that so much that there's something wrong with it, but there's room for improvement.
Yeah.
You always want to progress. You always want to
Exactly.
grow, yeah.
So I will watch my episode back after it's already been uploaded and go, I could have done that better.
Yeah.
That was a bit clunky. You know, should have used this music or cut this bit out or whatever.
But it's good that you accept it as what it is, rather than being like, I'm going to delete this video, recut it the way I want it, then put it up again.
You have to, because if I was to just go back and go, oh, that's not really perfect, I'm going to make it again. If someone was just going to come look at the stuff that I've only made one episode. But if I use that stuff to make another one and another one, they'll be like, okay, maybe he's got 3 episodes, 4 episodes, you know, in the span of time that, nothing's really finished to us people who make and create, you know.
Yeah.
You always go back and you always think that there's room for improvement. But why improve on something that has been done
I get that.
when you can improve on yourself for the future?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, as we see the actual progression, that's part of the charm of content creating.
Yeah.
Seeing the artist progress.
Yeah.
So if you kept being like a perfectionist, make everything perfect, it just doesn't seem natural.
No.
Like, it doesn't seem like you're progressing.
Exactly. And I think that was that was the kind of character I wanted to put on the show as well, because as much as I want to have it as polished as I can, you know, like you said, you compared me to Mike Whitney and and Sydney Weekender. So that kind of that stemmed from just necessity. I think it was the 3rd episode where I did the Lao New Year thing, and there was stuff that I didn't have a lot of chance to do piece to cameras because it was a festival, it was quite loud, we were battling uphill with audio and stuff like that. But there was a lot of beautiful outfits and buildings, visuals, you know. Yeah. So out of necessity, without having that piece to camera element, I was just like, maybe I should put a voiceover to it, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be a waste not to just describe it. So I kind of used that, and that was received quite well. So I think I incorporated most. There's a lot of friends along the way that have given me, invaluable feedback when it comes to. Maybe you could have done this better, and it's always great to have extra eyes, especially being in the industries that I've been around. I value all these guys as my mentors, basically. So using that, and for them to just be like, what you did that time was heaps better, you know. I like that was improved and whatnot. And I think if I had already had my perfect episode in episode 1, nothing else would have been exciting.
It's pretty much like Illmatic, man. If you have a classic on the first run, then everything else just seems subpar compared to the classic.
Exactly, and that's a good example with Illmatic. It was like best of the best producers, you know, the best rapper at the time, and it was just the best, right? I never claim to be the best at anything. I'm always a student of life. Yeah. I'm always learning along the way, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So and especially the guys that are helping me out, Daniel and Fatih, have kind of. They haven't done much. They've done a lot of corporate stuff, but in terms of creating like a show, it's something that we're all learning together as well. Dealing with audio, dealing with different conditions and framing in difficult restaurants and stuff like that. So it's all learning along the way.
Yeah, definitely. So you have the same team from start to finish?
Yep. So I've worked with Daniel since episode 1. Fatih came along around episode 5 maybe. Yep. For the last couple of episodes, but so far it's a 3-man team, and we're just doing the most that we can in our spare time. So it's just, if our timetables align, then we get it done. You know, it's not a full-time thing, as much as we'd like it to be. But it's just a part-time passion project.
I like that you said that it's been a learning experience for you. It's been a progression. And you've said that there are people around you that have given you advice and given you like mentorship. But when as you were learning, did you? I guess a question that people might want to ask you is like, did you look up this stuff on YouTube when you went into this not really knowing how to edit, not really know how to produce a show? How did you go about trying to find the knowledge for all of this?
Yeah, so I think that I mean, only the people who are really close to me will understand how important self-learning is for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't graduate uni, I don't have a degree, but all the jobs that I've gotten along the way have been because I've been self-taught and I'm like really enthusiastic about the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
So teaching myself, I mean, yeah, I would have used YouTube tutorials or I think the biggest thing for me is with my process anyway, if I can see something and identify something that I would like to, like an aspect of something that I like, I would try to see how it's done. So with video editing, I mean, I'm not up to date with the latest movies and stuff, but all the movies I have watched, I will watch it once for entertainment and then watch it again for like a critical eye, you know.
I like
how cuts are made and how story is presented. I mean, the biggest influence for me was in terms of doing Meal Friends was Anthony Bourdain, and a lot of his stuff is telling stories, but letting the subject tell their story rather than being an interviewer or being a journalist or having an agenda with your story, you know. And that's kind of something that I had worked into as well, and that's something that I saw as a viewer, but that's something that I also want to recreate as a maker,
creator,
you know. So in terms of planning, I don't have a set this is what we're going to talk about, guys. I really want to take you to this restaurant for this story to progress or whatever. I want to ask you about this point of your life, you know. I kind of go, I'm going to meet with this person, this is where we're going to be, and then I just let it happen. And whatever narrative I can gather from that, that's what the end product is, and that's what that's kind of the stuff I learned along the way. But in terms of the skill set for editing, writing, and all that, like I said, it was just an amalgamation of the stuff that I'd done in my past. Taught myself how to write, so writing was a bit like it was my base, basically. Just knowing basic structure of telling a story, and I think that's universal in telling a story, beginning, middle, end, you know. How like the variant of that is up to you. The visual aspect of it, obviously I was visually inspired by a lot of stuff that I'd watched on Food Channel, Travel Channel, all that kind of stuff growing up, as well as the cinematic aspect of it all. But just being able to identify what you're looking for, there's like, as soon as you know what it is, you will find the path to get there. Like, no matter how treacherous that path is, right? You just have to know what the end goal is. It's because once you can emulate it, you will find shortcuts to it.
That's a really cool thought.
Yeah, so that's how I've kind of mentally approached self-learning. Because I kind of know what I need. I mean, the jobs that I've done haven't been very orthodox. And the stuff that I've done creatively hasn't been very orthodox. So there hasn't been really a syllabus for me to get from A to B. It's kind of like, what do I need to get here? And I'll find it, and I'll find my ways to it.
You figure it out as you go.
That's it.
That's cool, man. I really like that.
What's your B? What's your goal? What's the end goal of Meal Friends? Is there like a dream goal that you want to reach, or is this ongoing?
I mean, the goal that I want to reach, not just with Meal Friends, but all my creative pursuits right now, is I quit my full-time job to freelance and also use that as a support to have the time and resource to create. Just because just being 9 to 5 in corporate for a while, it was killing me in terms of not being able to express, in terms of not being able to be myself or have my own character. Especially working in PR and stuff like that. You write and your stuff is out there, but your name's not on it, you know, and it feels like an empty sort of creation.
Yeah, it's not fulfilling.
It's not fulfilling because it's not like, as much work as you put into it, it belongs to a brand now, you know, and if you leave that company, you can't take it with you, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's really restrictive in expression, which is why I wanted to like pursue freelance and do this as well. In terms of an end goal, I think the end goal for me is just if it becomes something that people do enjoy en masse, and is something that there is a hunger for or a market for.
Puns.
What's that?
Puns.
He knows, bro. He knows.
He's gonna take it.
But if there's an appetite for it out there, and it does get picked up for a format, you know, if someone can see marketability in it and hands me like a bunch of money to make it into a show, I would love that for the show. But in terms of a personal goal with my creative pursuits, just as long as, man, I'm happy, healthy, like have a house over my head and am able to keep creating, that's all it is for me, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty much just be happy, man.
Just be happy, bro.
Just be happy with what you're doing. Love what you're doing.
I mean, I think it's really underrated, as cheesy as it sounds when you say it like that. I think it's really underrated because there's so many people who do work in the rat race and aren't completely fulfilled, you know. And it's something that I struggled with as well, just being in a job and not knowing why I felt so shitty all the time, or felt so pressured, and there was just all this anxiety and stuff, like with my personal life, family life, whatever, and it all stemmed from just being locked down in this job, right? And a lot of people don't see it because they just think it's something that you have to do and something that you have to deal with. For me, breaking out of that was just like an epiphany. Like, I only have pressures that I give myself. I only stress out about the things that I want to be stressed out about, and it's a productive stress. That's good. And it's a personal stress rather than someone else is pushing me to do something for them, because it doesn't net me any gain, you know. So being in control of my inputs and outputs, I think has been super liberating in this whole process. So I have meal friends to thank for that, obviously, but just being able to work on my own timetable and do my own thing basically has just been the best thing. So that was my goal, and I'm living it, you know. So when people go, "Hey, I'm living the dream," and sound really douchey on the phone, that's me. So I'm like, I'm loving it, and I really can't complain. But if the show gets picked up or whatever, that'd be awesome. If it doesn't, I'll just move on to the next creative outlet.
Definitely. Like, I feel you on the changing creative outlets, because there's other ways to create stuff rather than what you're used to, and it's good that you're jumping into the deep end to actually test yourself. And at the same time, you're not stressing yourself in the wrong way. You're stressing yourself because you want to better yourself.
That's right.
So it's great to hear that you're going down the meal friends route with that state of mind. And it's inspiring to hear you talk about that, because everyone can relate to the fact that they're like feeling mentally claustrophobic when they're in their job that they don't want to be in.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's a common story. And then seeing that you're happy on the other side brings, not to be cheesy, hope. You know what I mean? Like, that you can actually do something that you're actually passionate about. And have control of your own life, and that'll be mentally liberating. So thanks for sharing that, man. That's totally awesome.
But in the same token, like, people are happy on the 9 to 5 side, because that's what fulfills them as well. So it's not for everyone. Admittedly, it's not for everyone. For the first couple of months, I was struggling with like having so much freedom. It's just like animals out of a zoo. You just go, what do I do?
So you just do as much as you can because you have the time.
It's not, or just sit on your ass because you don't have anyone pressure you.
Yeah, that's
so you
it.
can go either way.
So either way.
But it's it teaches you a lot about yourself and how you function and how you work. And it's not for everyone, but I think everyone should give it a go.
Yeah.
Especially if you're creative.
Can I ask a food question? Bro. Since we're on a topic of food, I've been wanting to ask this question since the start, and I'm really hungry now as well. I'm gonna ask all you guys as well, because I throw this as a conversation breaker when I just meet people, because I'm pretty shit at social settings. But if like, for example, you only had like one food left in the world, that's all you could eat, and you're just allergic to everything else, you can't cheat. You can't be like, I want a meal that comes with gravy and rice and
so
shit.
It's not a combo. So it's not like something and rice. It has to
not
be
a combo.
one thing.
It's one thing. You can't get like this and it comes with all this, like a family bucket or some shit with everything. Like one staple meal, and you gotta think about it. This is it. This is every day, morning, noon, and night for the rest of your life.
The smart answer is sushi, because that's all your staples. That's vegetables, carbs, and protein. But that's,
and you're a food guy, so I'm like really interested to know. I'm pretty sure I've asked this with Don and Raf before, but I just want to know what you do. So you sushi. Well,
that's from a nutritional standpoint.
I didn't even have to talk about it,
right? That's from a nutritional standpoint. That's like if I need to fulfill all my nutritional side of things.
This is how I know you're a foodie, because you start talking about the nutrition and what you need. And
Yeah. If you were gonna eat one food for the rest of your life, let's say like I love fried chicken and that's my favorite
Sushi.
food. Like I could eat that all day, right?
Yeah.
But if that was my only food, I'm thinking about myself, bro. I'm not
You'll
gonna live a
die.
long life.
You're not gonna-
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, but Alan,
Yeah.
you die happy. You die happy.
But all right, all right. When you put it that way,
like I'll be honest with you. Like mine's like a bucket of hot and spicy KFC
yeah.
from Town Hall, specifically.
then I have. Oh, they do have it at Town Hall.
Sydney.
Yeah, they still have it at Town Hall.
Hot and
And
the one
Artarmon.
in Town Hall, because it's always fresh, because it's always in and out. Like it doesn't sit on the
Yeah.
tray, especially at prime time, midnight onwards.
Oh man, you're making me hungry.
If I had a
Damn
bucket
it.
that never ended, never ending,
Never
bucket of
ending.
KFC
No,
hot and
see,
spicy,
but
that's
the
my
thing
choice.
is, like Nats, with stuff like that, right? I think about it, and it sounds like a utopia in my head of so much fried chicken. But I've had times where I sit there and like, oh man, I'm really hungry for fried chicken. Maybe I'll get a family feast to myself, and I'm like 4 pieces deep. And I'm hating myself, dude. So I don't know what you're talking about with
No,
the
no,
dying
no.
happy shit. Because I think if I have
I've thought about it.
what?
I've actually thought about it. I could live on just hot and spicy KFC.
Oh
more
man,
than
you would
like,
have a
I
heart
could
attack
do
so
Yeah.
quickly.
every day.
You
But-
would have a heart
No,
attack.
no, I
so
will.
quickly.
I won't make it.
You'd be
past,
constipated,
I
but
won't
then
make
when
it
you
past
go,
this
it'd be
year.
spicy as fuck. That sounds not a happy ending for you, dude. And you
Puns.
just get huge.
Yeah,
How
but
happy?
that's-
How
that's so
happy can
good.
you be? Like, see, this is like, I mean, I've had this conversation as well, Nats, because it's like the compromise between, all right, you die happy because you get the food
work-
that you like, but are you really happy
No, you
because
work out.
you've died of suffocation because you're like 500,000 kilos? Like, is that really dying happy
Well,
though?
I'll just work out harder. I'll just work out more.
But you won't. Because you've spent all day eating fucking fried chicken, dude.
I have to say, I love fried chicken as well, but I after eating fried chicken, you just feel like
Yeah,
shit.
100%.
Yeah.
A
I know
long
Don's
time.
answer. Don's answer is a protein shake.
It's about life. It's about building tolerance.
It's a protein
Don't
bar.
sitting here in a muscle shirt waiting to get, ask me,
Hey, ref.
sweet potato, broccoli.
legit. I was gonna say pizza, man. I was gonna say pizza. I would,
Ooh.
cause
Nah.
I mean, cause
Nah.
it's got the vegetables, it's got protein, it's got carbs,
But
got
it's
fat,
covered in cheese.
covered in cheese. But I freaking love cheese. Hey,
Yeah. But pizza's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess
Pizza or
Wait.
sushi?
Done. Specifically, what type of pizza?
it would have to be supreme.
I'm going specifics
Ooh,
here.
yeah, the
Supreme.
The
It's
lot.
gonna be protein shake
Protein,
pizza.
vegetables,
protein
fiber.
shake pizza.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, as much as I'm an advocate of fast food and, like, I love burgers, I love fried chicken, I love pizza and all that kind of stuff, I think that, like, nutritional aspect of stuff is, like, really
I
important
like
as well.
that answer. I really do.
Yeah, because, like, I've felt the best eating really bland food.
Yeah.
Like, I spent a while, like, no carbs, just vegetables, chicken, whatever, you know, get your fiber, get your protein, get your, you know, your simple carbs in, whatever.
Just
you
for
know.
fuel, right?
Just for fuel, right? And I was more active, more fit, whatever. And I was fine because I was productive and that was my happiness, you know? But then there's times where I sit at home and just go, there's a Little Caesars near my house and it's like a drive-through pizza. And you drive through and it takes no time at all and you get a pepperoni pizza for $5. That makes me happy too, you know what I mean? But it's all about moderation, it's all about balance, it's all about your priorities, you know? Like,
All right.
So
sushi.
yeah, very much. That's very much. Man, I thought we were in a club.
It's a
I
fucking
thought we were
good
in a
question,
club.
bro.
He kept dancing around the question.
Stop dancing around, sushi.
it's an important question, bro.
I like how you were really specific about that.
So what?
Matt.
Wait, for real, sushi. So Don's pizza, your sushi,
Yeah.
and Ref, what are you getting?
I'm gonna go.
KFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chicken. Chicken in general.
Just
Just-
chicken.
Just chicken.
My man.
Chicken.
No,
Three
you
ways.
can't do it. Like,
No,
Just chicken.
It has to be one
that's
specific
cheating.
kind of
What's
chicken.
it? Oh, one specific kind of chicken.
You can't.
I'm gonna go.
That's it.
I'm just gonna
Forever.
go fried chicken, man.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, but which one?
What do you mean? Which one? Oh, you want to
Like
be
from where?
specific?
Or
Is it gonna be Korean
All
fried
right, yeah,
chicken?
yeah. I was
Is
just
it
gonna
gonna
go
be
KFC
like
as well?
Texan fried chicken?
Yeah,
KFC.
Yeah, Nashville fried chicken.
And-
Oh man.
And Ellen, back to your sushi. What sushi? Like salmon,
Salmon.
or like that cucumber one,
Salmon.
or the
Yeah, we're not
avocado.
gonna brush the fact that he said salmon.
Salmon. It's Excuse me, do you have the salmon sushi?
That's how I say it. That's how I say it. I can't help it.
Salmon, mate. Salmon. You live in England and you're
Oh,
saying salmon.
Salmon. I reckon it'd be like salmon avocado.
Yeah.
Because that's like,
Okay. Yeah, you can choose that.
yeah,
What's your pizza?
I'm telling you now, man.
Supreme,
I couldn't do
Supreme.
that.
Supreme, where
That's
from?
boring.
boring, bruh. That's food.
Sushi.
Delicious.
It's Domino's. Rudy Hill
Yeah, but
Domino's.
fuck, it's so boring.
Simple, but
Sponsor
Domino's.
us.
You say Domino's?
Rudy Hill Domino's. Sponsor us.
sponsor us. One pepperoni pizza a day. That's all it takes, bro. They only cost $4.95. Trust me. Ask me how I know.
Yeah, man. We used to buy pizza from them so much.
Back to your mill friends.
Yeah.
What is an
Take a way off
episode?
topic.
Yeah.
What is an episode that you want to do? Like, is there a sort of episode that you have in mind, but you haven't had the
Place you wanna
resources
eat,
to
yeah,
do
place you
it,
wanna eat,
or
a
it's
type of
time?
food, yeah.
Well, like a dream episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would really, really, really love the guests I've had so far have been amazing.
But I want a celebrity.
But yeah, I would love. You know who I'd love on my show? Maeve O'Mara. Do you know who she is? So
No.
she has this show on SBS called Food Safari.
Okay.
So she has like fire safari, water safari, whatever the other ones are.
Other safaris.
Yeah.
Safari.
Safari.
Yeah.
But she basically.
Salmon safari.
So but she used to.
Hey, shout out, I had that.
But she used to host this show back in the 90s, early 90s, on SBS or ABC called The Food Lover's Guide to Australia.
Yeah.
And she had a big influence on me as a kid because it was just like, she had such a focus on culture, like different cultures within Sydney. Like before Portos was a thing, she was there at like the first store, like this is Portuguese chicken, and like
Nice.
showing these flavors to not the world, but like everyone else in Australia. Or like, I was watching an episode the other day, and she'll find stories like there's a Hungarian couple making French nougat in Cairns or Townsville or whatever it is, you know, and that's her, and she's just legendary for me in terms of like a personality in the food show industry,
Yeah,
right?
in the industry,
Okay.
yeah.
So she is to you what Eminem is to Nats.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
But
That would
she
be cool, man. That
yeah,
would be
so-
really cool to have her on your show.
exactly, because I mean, growing up, I think the first thing that sparked the I can do this kind of thing was so she had a show where she basically focused on Lao food, which I'd never seen anywhere ever. And there's such a big Lao community in Sydney that she focused on, you know, the little restaurants and the temple and all that stuff. And it was really inspiring to see someone who wasn't from that world delve in so deep and so accurately. So I'd love to have her as a guest. I mean, that's the pinnacle. I reckon she's my number one guest.
Yeah.
In terms of
Actually, let's do something. Look
yeah.
into this camera. Have a pitch, as if you're talking to
What
her
would
right
you say
now.
to her?
What would you
Ooh,
say? What would
pressure.
you do to pitch her to be on your show?
Hi, Maeve.
Oh, shit.
I really like that you tell other people's stories. I would like to tell your story.
Boom. That's
Boom.
short and sweet
That's
to the
succinct,
point.
man. That's cool.
I've thought about this, bro.
he was
For
ready.
many moons, dude. For many moons.
He was ready for that. He was ready for
It was
that.
ready,
straight
man.
up.
I was trying to throw some curveballs, but
I'm just like,
yeah, you know, home runs, man. Home runs.
But in terms of like, so that'd be my dream guest. My dream location. I don't think there is a dream location.
Yeah.
I think I would love to just go anywhere and everywhere because.
International?
I mean, this year. I mean, I'll let you guys in on a little bit of an exclusive, but
Ooh, cheat code is exclusive.
Bow, 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 bow.
Bow, 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 bow. Oh, it's too long. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm heading to Los Angeles in April.
Hey.
And
Hello.
I'll be shooting an episode or two there.
Nice.
Yeah. So
In and out?
I'm gonna do a couple of episodes. I want to do one on like just an Aussie's take on all these fast food joints.
Should go to Outback Steakhouse over there. Since
Dude,
you have experience of
been
Australian
there.
food.
I've been there.
Yeah.
So it's all these stories that I always tell my mates about, like taco spots and
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah, the food trucks, right?
Exactly, but the stuff that I've discovered as an Aussie with Los Angelino friends in Los Angeles, you know, like what they think a tourist would want to see.
Yeah.
But then there's also the stuff that I've kind of discovered along the way that I want to show my mates as well. So I think it'd just be a different take on that. But I kind of want that to start maybe inspiring me to travel more, to tell stories. Places that I haven't been before.
Countries you don't even know how to say.
Exactly. I mean, if we're going to throw, like, if I'm throwing myself into the deep end, I'd like to do it. I mean, I'm very comfortable here in Sydney. I know where the spots are. I know where to get what, where, when, what time, etc.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
vibes.
I'm actually pretty cut. Like hearing all this food, it's reminding me because I don't like the food here, eh? So I'm pretty upset right now.
I heard there's good
Can you guys
Asian
send
food
some
out there,
food over?
dude.
I mean,
Oh,
you have
no,
some pretty
it's
good
opposite.
Indian
It's-
food
it's
out there in
terrible.
the UK, man.
That's terrible. It's terrible.
You just got to
It's
know where to go,
terrible.
bro. I'm gonna come
No,
there.
no, I've found good places. I
Yeah.
think what it is because it's a bigger pool. It's a very large pool.
Gotcha.
Whereas Sydney's more concentrated. It's easy. Like all of the places were just so in reach. I could go.
Yeah.
Like there are good places, but one, it's expensive. Okay, this is my best way to how to give you guys a bearing of Asian food. You know, our normal cheap takeaway in Asia, Asian food in Sydney
Like Chinese
is
takeaway.
is equivalent of like something really good here, like something you pay decent more. Not fine dining, but like you pay a bit more.
Are there are there areas over there, Nats? That's what I want to know because
There's an Indian
many.
like a ethnic area
There's-
where
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like Indian
everywhere,
and Arabic
everywhere.
food.
But it
In
spirals
London.
around. Each area's got its own sort of
Okay.
thing.
because
But, like,
obviously
it's-
here you have your
yeah, yeah.
Cabramatters and then
Yeah.
your Strathfields for Korean food and Eastwood for Korean
Pretty
food.
much.
And,
Oh man,
yeah.
Pretty much.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But like,
it's
I
hit
always
and
wondered
miss.
that about
Like
other
there's
cities.
there's a
possibly.
there's a
yeah.
street, like there's a Chinatown obviously, and then
Yeah.
there's like so many Chinese restaurants,
Mm.
and no joke, like only one of them's good out of like, it's like you'll get a gem out of every 10 restaurants type
Wow.
thing. Where in like Sydney, it's pretty like what's shit is still pretty decent.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
you
Like,
can't
it's
really
nice.
go wrong.
Where here, if it's shit, it's fucking shit. Like
I mean,
wow.
like Australia has really good produce.
Yeah, I think that's
yeah. I'm
So,
thinking it's the
yeah.
produce. You know the KFC, they can't even do it right here.
Yeah,
It's
I heard there was
bad.
like wasn't there on the news like the UK ran out of chicken at its KFC?
Yeah, as soon as I got here, ran out of chicken. I was like, what is that?
Just your
What is
luck,
that?
bro. Just your luck.
Oh man,
Imagine then you
that's
chose that to be a lifetime supply.
yeah.
Imagine you chose that.
That's on you,
and
bro.
then they
That's
ran
on
out
you.
of chicken nuts.
yeah.
was bad.
Don't you wish you had sushi, bro? Don't you wish you weren't allergic
Yeah,
to
I
sushi,
take
bro?
with the salmon.
The salmon and avocado.
The salmon.
Oh man.
Man, it sounds like a
salmon.
dance, man.
Yeah, but I think we are really spoilt for produce here. I mean, that's something I've noticed about.
Yeah, you
going
really
around
are.
world
The
as
food
well.
is so good. They appreciate. You know what? If I come back anytime soon, I'm
Yeah.
doing like a food tour. I'm going straight to Town Hall KFC. I'm going to Holy Basil. I'm going to fucking everywhere. Holy
Ooh.
Basil. I'm going to like
Competition.
that Korean fried chicken place, Korean barbecue.
Damn son.
That's it.
Yeah.
1 week. And then I'll have like 3 days of KFC hot and spicy, morning, noon, and night.
You know who you
Maybe
who you
make it
should
4
do
days,
that
4
with?
days.
You should do that with Alan.
Yeah, we should do it
Yeah.
as soon as you get
I
here.
look
Whenever you
forward
get
to
here,
it.
bro.
When we do
As
another
soon
podcast
as-
in person.
Yeah, another
the first time,
podcast
man.
or a Mill Friends episode. We're doing, man.
Okay,
I'll be so
so just because this is a Mill Friends type of episode,
Yeah.
we wanted to give that feeling as well. So we ended up getting this game
Cool.
where you can get I think a Kmart. And what's it called?
Bean Boozled.
Bean Boozle. So what's the premise of the game?
All right. So the premise of the game basically is there are identical colored jelly beans. There's a few different flavors, but there's 2 different options to each flavor or each color. Sorry, and it'd be a good flavor, like let's say for example coconut, or the bad flavor, which is spoiled milk, and that kind of goes around. And there's
Oh,
stuff
damn.
like barf, skunk spray, stink bug, rotten egg, boogers,
Oh man.
dead fish. Oh.
So I think what we're gonna do on this episode is we're gonna should we do 2 each, 1 each? What do you want to do?
I think you should just eat it all.
Just eat it all.
Pop it open and just dump them.
Just pop
Overdose.
as many as you can. So we got to spin this wheel, and then we got to pick the one that it lands on, and then we eat it, and then we
See if we get the good flavor or the bad flavor.
All right, so guess first.
guest first.
Oh,
you want to
damn.
spin
Let's
that?
All right.
do
spin
the
that.
thing.
Are we gonna pour all out the thing?
Yeah, I'll pour it all in
Let's
there.
do it. Oh,
Alright.
some
The
of them
jelly
already
bean
smell
goodness.
Yeah, it smells horrible.
Bad. Smells off. Oh. I've
Alright.
played this before, and my least favorite one is
Spin that.
Dead Fish. So I hope I don't get
Dead fish. Is there KFC?
Oh,
in
right.
this?
Say.
So I've got this dappled brown one,
Yep.
which is
What does it
it's
say?
either toasted marshmallow,
So there's a 50-50 chance of it being good
either toasted
and
marshmallow
bad.
or stink bug.
Or stink
Oh,
bug.
stink bug.
Drum roll, please.
And what do we have?
Toasted marshmallow.
Hey,
Toasted
okay.
marshmallow. All right. Guess second.
Just saying.
Just guess. Just guess.
No. We'll pass it to Muscle Man over here.
Coconut or spoiled milk.
You gotta do another
Oh,
one.
you're gonna hear
I'll do it, man.
All right, here we
I'm
go.
down. Oh, spoiled milk.
Spoiled milk. All right, so here we go.
Save some. I wanted to have some as well. Hang on, spin it properly.
Okay, just
Chocolate pudding. So it's a
The black one.
the black one or the brown one.
Brown one.
Yeah.
All right.
Brown or black?
It's
Oh, the brown one. Okay.
chocolate pudding or canned dog food.
Yeah, dog food.
Ooh, hopefully you
man.
get the canned dog food. And what'd you
What is
get?
it?
Chocolate pudding.
Nice.
Chocolate pudding.
Chocolate pudding. Should I do another one?
Yeah, do another.
Yeah, do one. Yeah, two
Doubles.
each. Two each.
All right.
What colour?
The white speckled one with different colors.
Oh, so birthday
Okay.
cake or dirty dishwasher.
All right.
Hopefully it's the latter.
All right. Yeah.
What do we get?
Dirty dishwasher.
I'm pretty sure it's dirty dishwasher.
All right.
Just
All right.
look at
Since
his
Nats
face.
is not here, you're gonna do Nats's
Table for the team.
All right. Ready? All right. So it's the orange one. So I got
Is it peach or buff?
peach or buff. I could smell it. You got peach, guys.
Hey, come on.
2 of 2. 2 of 2.
It's been like a good one and a bad one so
I
far.
know.
Oh, still another orange.
Oh, could this be another peach?
Drum
Could
roll.
this be buff?
Buff.
Double peach, guys.
Hey, what
man.
a guy!
Nice.
Milky bars are on Raph.
All right. So Alan, I want to talk about your rap career.
Oh,
You're
I'm
you're-
trying orange
kicks
one.
me when I'm down. I don't know.
So, what made you stop rapping?
Do you want to give some background to the guys who that had?
All right. So
It used to be Rice C.
That's right. So I used to go under the name Rice C. And I
how long
used
did you
to-
do the hip hop music for?
How long? So it started when I was in high school, 2004. That's a long time ago when you think about it now, huh, guys?
Ages.
2004, and I think I stopped I stopped actually pursuing it. 2015, 2016, maybe.
Oh, so you went a long stint, like a 11-year run.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
heaps good. Well, so what made you stop?
Um,
We're not trying to put in a negative light because
No,
you
yeah,
actually
it's not.
ended up finding meal friends.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You found that thing. I just want to know what's the mind state of someone realizing that maybe this is not for me or I should move on.
I just thought it stopped being completely fulfilling. I mean, it was so much fun doing it, like hanging out with you guys and just
Yeah.
like
But you
bouncing
didn't-
off each other,
Yeah.
and just making music, and I was experimenting with producing, starting making beats and stuff like that as well, and to this day, like I'll still like write a verse and like just record at home and chuck it up on my SoundCloud that no one listens to, just to have it there as a record of like
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, I actually heard one of your songs recently.
oh damn.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, is there a comeback coming? A comeback.
But I think it's so I don't think I've retired per se, but I think it's just part of my journey in terms of writing and creating. I think that was just an outlet at the time.
I think you are someone that's like a true creative because it's like you could make music, you could produce like video, you could want to tell stories, you want to write write those sorts of things. I feel like for you it doesn't matter what form it is, you just want to create stuff.
Definitely not. Yeah, I think I can agree with that because after music it was photography.
Yeah.
So I was doing photography for a while and then I was writing and then now I'm in video and stuff like that, which is like my main kind of creative outlet,
Yeah.
So I think I just think you shouldn't put yourself into a box. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there who are still making music when we were making music back in the day, and they're still killing it, you know. And the experience really does come through. But I think it's kind of a gift and a curse to be able to like branch out into other things, because it's great for me because I get to try new things and meet new people along the way, learn new skills, you know. And but I think it's the longevity of things. I do tend to bounce from photos to videos and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the only regret I have about that is if I did something from 2004 until now, I would have done something for 15 years, you know what I mean? But I don't let that get me down too much. It's just more that'd be my only regret about it.
But at the end of the day, you actually learn a skill set when you're doing the recording or the audio aspect, because you actually recorded your own stuff. So that helped you build in your creative mode. Then you learned photography, which helped you frame and tell a story, because you can tell stories through photo. And then your love for your food just came as an umbrella. So
left field too.
So it was kind of like, and then your journalism came, which told stories and helped you with your voiceovers and your scripts. So all these things actually just came into fruition and becoming meal friends. So you know that work is not considered a waste or something that you should regret, because at the end of the day it made one of your best content that you have so far. So you should be a proud person about that.
I'm 100% proud.
And you should have the cheat coders on one of your episodes.
It's happening, man. It's happening. We've been talking about it for a long time. So
time, man.